Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. I want to share with you here what levels I'm currently looking at and where the price is currently heading. Looking at where Ethereum is coming from, you can see that Ethereum is trading or has been trading in this descending channel. You could maybe even call it a descending wedge. It's slightly contracting, but only very slightly. I'd rather call it a channel. After Ethereum made here its all-time high at around nearly $5,000, that was back in November, it started a correction like many other cryptos, and it started to move down here in a 5-wave pattern to the downside. And I think, what this could be like, it is potentially already the first move here to the downside within this blue wave 5, okay? So we are currently in a wave C, and the wave C consists of 5 waves. Typically, yeah. So we can see here this 5-wave pattern play out currently. And overall, as I said already in the last few videos, I do expect lower prices. This wave 4 target, we had it on the chart. I did take it out now. That was all reached. Ethereum maxed out to what it could do in this wave 4 correction. Well, it could have gone a little bit higher. It could theoretically have gone to 3,440. That was the top of the previous wave 4 here. Above that, the scenario that I have on the chart here would not necessarily have been invalidated, but would have become much less likely. Or actually, it would have been invalidated because this wave 1 here came down all the way to that 3,440 level. So it would have been invalidated, yes. And then we would in this case have had a talk about a potential beginning of an uptrend. But I made you aware about that. It didn't happen though. Instead, Ethereum made a lower low and even broke below this descending below this descending trend line here. And if I extend that trend line, you can see that this was even retested from below as resistance. And that is always a sign that, the uptrend is broken, and we're heading down further here. I did tell you all the way up here that, it is possible to interpret this as a first 5-wave move, but to do that, I would have loved to see here a higher high. Now that didn't happen. So as it only made a lower high, and as already indicated in the last video, I did expect lower prices. And I also gave you a target area here, because this could be potentially already within this wave 5. You also get 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see here the wave 3 on the chart. How is the wave 3 or a target area for that wave 3 on the chart? How was that calculated? Well, that was based on this wave 1, the extensions of that wave 1. And you can see here that this is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension at 2,560 and the 200% extension at 2,400. Actually, the target area, if I look at that, was a little bit, probably I didn't make it very accurate when I drew the fibs, so it's more like that. So I need to move the target area slightly. And you can see that the 1.618 fib level here at 2,560 was nearly reached already. It did go all the way down to 2,570. So $10. Hope you understand that this is within the volatility of the market, that it doesn't always exactly hit. But yeah, $10 difference. I think that's pretty good. That could already be why the price is already reacting here to this support level, because this is the 1.618 extension of the wave 1. One of the key target levels for a wave 3. For a wave 3, you expect that 1.618. But it is at least the 1.618, so oftentimes it reaches the 200% at the, in this case, 2,389. Sometimes it even goes through and reaches the 2.618. Okay, I don't necessarily think it's going to do that because it is already quite oversold, okay? So we can see here this target, well, if it, and understand these are only the micro moves that I showed you here, They're actually not too relevant, these micro moves. What we can expect now, and I don't know if this was already the low of the wave 3. Personally, I don't think so. I think we could see here the 2,390 or 2,400, basically the 200% extension still. Then we are going to see here a little bit of an upside to the wave 4, and then we see the wave 5. Well, could this already be the wave 3 completion, and what would be the target for the wave 4? Well, we can take a look at that. If we draw the fibs from the beginning of the wave 3 to the end of the wave 3, and there we have certain minimum and maximum levels, so we can actually already see that is what we say a wave 4. Typically in this sort of scenario, the minimum retracement it needs to do is the 0.214 fib level at $2,700. It already did that, right? When it reacted to the target area here, it already retraced. So you could argue that the wave 4 could already be in. It did the minimum what it needs to do in a wave 4. Yeah, absolutely. The ideal level for a wave 4 is the 0.382 fib level, in this case 2,810. The maximum it would do would be here the 2,884, the 0.5 fib level. I don't necessarily think it's going to do that. To do that, it would also need to break above that trend line again. Yeah, not too sure. So the wave 4 could already be in here. Yeah, so we could have done something like that, come down here in a wave 3, moved up in a wave 4 very quickly, like that. And now we could already see the beginning of the next wave down. You can see it, how strongly it reacted here to that Fibonacci level, moved up, maybe wave 4 already, and now starting already to move down here in wave 5. It is a bit of speculation at the moment. This is one possible scenario, just because it is at the moment adhering to these wave counts and the retracement levels. It doesn't mean that it also needs to continue like that. But for me, this is a likely scenario, yeah. So I just want to make you aware of it. Certainly a likely scenario that we could then continue further down. That's in line with my primary expectation anyway, in the broader picture, yeah. Not those micro moves. I mean, I do show them to you, but they don't always need to work out. You know, the higher level wave pattern, or the higher the level of the wave pattern is, the easier it is to understand the trend. With these very small moves, also in the volatility of the crypto market, they are less reliable, okay? But we've got here this blue target area on the chart. This is the area that we talked about back in November, and this is the area where we want to see the price turn around. Yeah, so as expected, I think we're currently moving further towards the target area here in blue. This area is sitting between $1,700 and 2,380. So the maximum here is the 0.786 fib level, and somewhere in this region here, we can expect a turnaround and the move back to new all-time highs, at least with the highest probability. Bear in mind, everything is in with probabilities here. If we lose the $1,700, then we can also, in the worst case, expect a 3-digit Ethereum. Yeah, certainly around $1,000 potentially, but probably lower. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I think there is a realistic chance that Ethereum comes down to $1,700, but probably not lower. That's my view here at the moment, yeah, which doesn't mean it couldn't actually take place. But yeah, primary expectation is here further downside, yeah. And if we take a look here on the chart, we can see that if we move further down, we're going to approach here support on this ascending trend line, yeah. However, this ascending trend line, I mean, depending on how long this move plays out, the price could just hover along on this on this descending trend line, which will provide support. Yeah, there's no reason why it couldn't move along with this descending trend line, move further down in the target area and find somewhere support here. Yeah, so absolutely possible. This could allow the price in the next move up, in the next major wave to the upside, to do a rocket start, because Ethereum is already outside of this descending channel, so it has already moved above one of these key resistance levels. Yeah, so if it manages to stay above it, it could still move here into the target area in blue. It might just take a little bit of time, maybe towards the end of Q1, and then it could do the rocket start from there. Yeah, again, it's difficult to say when that correction will be over, but I think we are fairly close to the end of it. As I said, the next major wave up is a wave 3, or should be wave 3, and that should take Ethereum certainly to 6,800, but possibly even all the way up to $10,000. Yeah, somewhere in the range. Hard to say now. We need to see where the next smaller waves will land when the correction is over. to really calculate that in more detail. So overall, there is certainly more downside potential on the Ethereum chart. We can see it here on the 4-day chart, which I always like to refer back to. Here on the RSI, we are currently sitting at around 38, 39. There is more downside potential, certainly. It can move all the way down to 30, maybe even lower. And also on the MACD, on the 4-day MACD, where the selling pressure was reducing here for a while, and it looked like the MACD line was going to do a turnaround. It has now started to increase the selling pressure again. So also here, this is not a sign that a cryptocurrency would do that is, necessarily turning around here. At least not, it's not looking like it at the moment. The weekly chart, we don't really see a turnaround here. It's slowing down the downtrend slowly, and that is a good sign, but that can still take various weeks to reduce that selling pressure. And I'm still looking here a bit concerned at that monthly MACD. If that gives us a bearish cross, then this is not necessarily a good sign. So there is a chance it stays bullish, but if we see the turnaround or bearish cross happen here, it's not a good sign. Yeah, it could really give a big sell signal here for Ethereum. And here in the shorter term, on the daily, bearish as well. The MACD crossed bearish here a few days ago, and also the RSI can still drop further on the daily chart as well, as I said. So yeah, further downside potential expected. As I said here all along, even when we moved up here in the wave 4, all along I remained primarily of the view that we're coming down further here, and this all looks for me still too corrective. Yeah, not bullish yet. Okay, so that's my view here on Ethereum. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe check out the channel membership. There's the bronze membership, silver and gold. Check out what you get with each membership level. With silver, certainly you will get Telegram and Discord access as well, where you can find my buy and sell orders, lots of additional content, my 2022 outlooks. And as a gold member, in addition to that, I have now started to offer some extras as well, like for example my analysis of some stocks and shares, because even though that might not be for everybody who's into crypto, I believe in a well-diversified portfolio, and you can only do that to a certain degree within the crypto space. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.